night. It's the first in a while. Probably will have to get my little phone stand. Let me grab this. Should have swapped the phones, if I'm honest. I just want to be on live for a short while, just a couple of updates. More like a preview because I want to do a live tomorrow. And this will give me a chance to invite some friends. It is Saturday night. It's after 10 o'clock my time, which means it's what o'clock? 9 p.m. Western time? Pacific time? Let me know where you're at, what time it is. The reason why I'm live now is to just preview a couple things I want to do tomorrow, which is essentially do like a live stream, talk about some new music. I did buy a bunch of new CDs, which I encourage a lot of people to do. Physical media still holds a big place in our world. The advent of essentially what is an entirely digital world or platforms out there, streaming, all that stuff. We need to be careful about what we're doing. I feel like, anyways, because we're relinquishing control of things that we care about to entirely digital platforms, right? The more control or the more access we have to like rent or pay for, or things that are locked up on a digital side of things, the more dangerous it gets. Because, say, if I wanted to play some of my favorite music, and this is all on random tonight. If I wanted to listen to some of my favorite music, say, and some of these streamers don't allow the access anymore, or they had some trouble with the record label or whatever the case may be, then I wouldn't be able to listen to it anymore. If I didn't have physical media at home, like a CD or a record player or something like that, then I'm relying on the streaming service to provide the music, which isn't always reliable. You want to have access, you want to keep access to your music at home somehow, whether it's physical or downloaded or ripped copies from CDs. Like, that's one of the best ways to do it, is to just get a system or at your computer, whatever, and then get digital copies of your music and then save them on your devices. Now, something like this, my preamp sort of streamer here, has built-in streaming capability. So what I can do is, in the software, let me just pull this up. In the software, I don't know if I can make this window bigger, probably not. There's the ability, you can go into your music library, you can actually add all your files, so like hard drive files, all that kind of stuff. You can drag them in and you can play your at-home library through the device itself, which is really cool. But it's also acting as the DAC for my computer. So my computer is connected through here and then out to the 2-channel system at my computer. So I still have access to my hard drive files and saved files on my computer as well. Sure, it's easy, streaming it makes life easy. You can walk around with it in your pocket, you can listen to it whenever you want. It's much more convenient than, say, having like a stack of CDs, because if I wanted to listen to any of my CDs, mobile anymore, like, we don't have access to that. Same thing with movies. All my movies are back there. But I would prefer to have them rather than be, forced into a situation where I have no choice but to go to a streaming service. I have to be on the internet in order to enjoy my music. And that's not always the best option. Sometimes it goes missing. Sometimes the service doesn't work. Sometimes you get cut off from the internet for whatever reason. And certainly if things get more twisted in the digital realm, and they have these things coming out in the future where your access to things is let's say, manipulated somehow, like in some places it already is, then you want to hold on to the technologies that allow you to still enjoy what you like. So tomorrow, essentially, what I want to do is I'm going to be live streaming in the afternoon, and I'm going to be listening to some new CDs that I just bought. It's not new, like they're not just released, but more like they're CDs that are copies of music I don't want to lose. So I bought stuff from Prince. I bought stuff from like soundtracks, like the Interstellar soundtrack I bought. And think it's just music that I really appreciate and I don't want to lose. I don't want to have streaming platforms that I have to subscribe to, pay for every month. Yes, it makes it easy, but it also means that they can cut me off anytime they want. So having CDs at home means they can't cut me off. And even better if it's vinyl, because then you don't need a digital anything. Records can actually make sound on their own, you don't really need to be subscribed to anything. So if you buy records, you buy CDs, you buy any of these physical media types, and you have the technology at home, nobody can cut you off. And I think that that's very important. Ali says, looks like a hi-fi. Yeah, that's what this is. We're listening to some classic tunes over here. Just enjoying some music for the evening. Figured I would go live for a little bit. It's a nice tune, yeah, for sure. This is all on the playlist that I have. Hold on, let me change the angle of the camera. So you can follow the playlist. So in the system for tomorrow, I'll open up some new CDs and we'll start to do that. What are we doing here? I'm new. Clayton Ayers. Well, my channel is dedicated to audio systems. So I have lots of speakers there. Some that I've made, some from my home theater, all that kind of stuff. I'll show you my other room. So, yeah, I have these rooms dedicated to my audio systems, decorated, all that kind of stuff. This is my normal thing. So we'll be in here tomorrow to listen to some music. I've got a bunch of new CDs there. There's a whole stack. That's for tomorrow. So we'll be listening to those tomorrow. And I just wanted to come on live, talk to some friends, just to advertise, basically say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to be live and we'll be listening to some music tomorrow and talking about audio stuff. Basically get some advice on like how to set things up, what's worth it, versus the advertising. A lot of people like to advertise and talk shit about what matters in the world and they convince you to buy stuff, but it's not always necessarily the best thing. So I'm here to just, no filter, no bullshit. I'm not trying to scrub for subscribers. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to get free shit from brands. I'm really here to just talk about the truth of things, or at least perspective. So that's what's up. So So Ali's asking, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that everything depends on amp? No. 50% of the equation is your room. So for instance, I have my room surrounded in curtains. It's not all that clean in here. I have a lot of stuff that I have to live with, but the whole space is surrounded in curtains. And it's the same thing with this space. This space is all has curtains and sound treatments and all that kind of stuff. So what you really want to do, carpet on the floors, what you really want to do is treat your room. If you treat your room the right way and you position things the right way, like you see that the speaker's aiming at my face. You see how this is aiming towards my position? See how they're straight? Right at my head. Just like a studio. Music studios are the ones that make this music. So the way they have it set up, they have treatments on the walls and ceilings, the way that stuff is set up in the room. That's the stuff, that's the trick. Things like that actually make the space sound better. Wow, this stuff is not... Oh, I can't turn off my lights. There we go. So it's 50-50. All of the different components make a difference, but it depends on how much of a difference they make, right? Clayton's asked if I make music. No, I don't make music. I'm basically a photographer, essentially. So my tools of the trade. I have been into audio systems for like a long time. Built some myself, DIY kits, electronics, did electronic engineering, worked at some brands before, and it's been my hobby forever. I learned how to play drums, learned how to play guitar, but I chose to do like video work, podcasting, advertising, like media work. So I do work with local brands and stores to do like photography for them. So say if they have like an event at the store or something like that, like you can see on my YouTube channel, you'll find some videos of review stuff, some stuff from at home, all other events from stores, and I'll just shoot photography for them because everybody needs advertising. But photography can be anything. So it's just because I was interested in photography, I started shooting. Like today I was out and I caught some interesting sort of like, there's this building in my neighborhood that has really cool graffiti on the back. So I went out and just shot some photos of the area. Some of it's okay. I mean, you can't tell the quality of the photos here, but some interesting stuff back there. Anyways, so just an example. So yeah, my YouTube channel's got lots of stuff on it. And generally what it is to like break down those things. There's a lot of advertising that happens in the world, right? Like they advertise for cars, for clothes, for boots, for food, for everything, right? There's a lot of advertising, but the real question all of us need to answer, same with politics. And hello, I see Andre Sound from Ukraine. Hello. Must be really late there in Ukraine. What is it, like maybe 7 a.m? So the idea is that we want to trust what we're listening to, right? Advertisers, right? They're interested in getting your money or getting your vote or whatever. And a lot of the times companies or whatever you want to call it are willing to say a lot of dumb shit in order for you to vote for them or spend your money or whatever. And it's not, sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not true. Most of the times it has to follow up because there's laws around false advertising, but it gets a little sketchy there. So yeah, basically what I like to do is showcase what I can about the truth, and if I can find some answers or at least ask the right questions, then something like that helps because the truth is more valuable than hardly anything else. Like you think about what kind of a damage it causes if someone lies to you, right? Once somebody lies to you, how do you trust them again, right? Like that's a serious deal. It's one of the worst things that we can do. So for me, trust is the highest currency, and it's something that you can't easily pay back. So for real, like it's important to know what to ask. A lot of the time, say if you go to work somewhere new, if you're at school and people say, "Hey, do you have any questions?" And a lot of the times people don't ask anything because they don't know what to ask. So sometimes it's just about figuring out what to ask, and that gets you in the right direction. So that's kind of why I'm here. But I don't just focus on the music because I find like a lot of it starts with us as people, right? Like where we are in the world, how we grew up, who was around us, what we believe in, the things that we've been through. We look at life through this filter, and a lot of the times that can make you question things a certain way, right? That's what causes a lot of the problems is things that we hold on to from our own personal environment. We believe this or we believe that, and we make it a goal. We make it a set of armor, that kind of thing. Clayton saying well, sometimes you got to read between the lines. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Want to know where I'm from? If I show you the map, do you know? I mean, I could have just said it outright, but for me, it's more interesting if I do stuff like this. Well, that's the museum. That's cool. Yeah, that's where I'm from. This is my area of the world. You. No, not America. I am not from the US. I visited a bunch of times. I have friends that are in Chicago, Florida, Washington, Seattle, LA, friends that are all over the place. Essentially anywhere in the world, but is what it is. But yeah, tomorrow, what time is it now? It's pretty late now, almost 11. So I'll be live again tomorrow. My YouTube channel will be up. I'm going to set up the event. So actually, let's quit that one. So there we go. So we're live now. There's a couple of other videos there that, past lives, all that kind of stuff. And then tomorrow I'll start up probably in the afternoon, and then we'll open up open up some new music, some new CDs, and have some fun. In the UK where I'm from, it's 3:50 in the morning, so really early. Nice. My buddy's from Audio Note UK, which is a audio brand that's been made in the UK. These are actually from the UK also. They're made in Kent, I believe. Kent Electronics Foundry. So a little bit north. Yeah, there's a lot of my buddies are out there. So we're about 5 hours different. So if I'm on at 4 in the afternoon, it'll be 9-ish p.m. 9:30 tomorrow. So much earlier. But yeah, I'll jump on and we're gonna talk about some more music stuff. I can explain things. I always like to answer questions and meet some new people, get some inspiration in there. And I try to encourage everybody now is to keep buying CDs. I mean, I know that it's annoying and you can't make it mobile, but maybe you can use streaming mobile, but at home, get back to the regular, get back to the things that we that can't be taken from us. You know, if they decide to just cut you off from the internet, then you don't have any music left. And for me, that's a scary thought. So I didn't want to get stuck with that. And I buy my own music so I can still listen to it whenever I want, however I want. So yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate those who come to watch now and afterwards. I will be back on tomorrow, maybe 4 or 5 p.m., depending on what time I can get around to it. I won't be on for very long. I'll try to keep it to about an hour-ish. And yeah, we'll get to some hi-fi stuff at that point. Cool. I appreciate everybody who's here. Thank you for watching. Tune in. Have a great night. Watch some other videos if you feel like it. Follow along in the playlist if you feel like it. And catch everybody in the future. Cheers. Have a good one. Oh, I like to leave a minute of music when I'm on the way out. There you go.